Now then people, what the bloody hell is happening? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, you join me in my Kia. I did mention in the first video, in the truck, that I was gonna do a video on both of my cars. So here it is. This is my Kia Proceed GT. So 2016, it's done 54,000 miles. It's definitely a different car to your normal Golfs and your S3s and your cars like that. It's something different. You'll see when we get out and we have a little walk around. It's definitely not your common car, if you like. But yeah, why did I buy a Kia? So the 7-year warranty, that's a big help. I mean, it has just ran out now, I think it ran out this year. But yeah, it was nice to have that Kia trust the product. So there was 7-year warranty. It comes with everything as standard, which on your S3s, your RS3s, your Golfs, you have to pay a little bit extra for them. So we've got heated seats, we've got heated steering wheel, sat nav, we've got Bluetooth, obviously. The only thing we don't have is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and obviously a panoramic roof. They do Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on the later models. So the same shaped car, but on, I think it started on a 17 or an 18 reg. It is a 16 reg, so this one hasn't got it. But yeah, it doesn't really bother me, to be fair. I just connect my phone up to Bluetooth, and away I go. I'm not really fussed with the Apple CarPlay thing. I think it's a good alternative to your Golfs, your Fabias, your Audis, your cars like that. It's something a little bit different, and like I say, it comes with the things you want as standard, apart from CarPlay. If you're fussed about that, we'll go to the usual spot. We'll have a walk around, show you the car, and then we'll go for a drive. So we'll see you then. So here it is. This is my 2016 Kia Proceed GT. Again, as you can see, it's not exactly standard. I think I've had this coming up to a year now. It should be a year in May. Should we have a quick look around things that I've done? So obviously, Kia Proceed sticker. We've got the headlight eyebrows, which I just think look unreal. Staying on this side, we've got the tinted daytime running lights and the tinted fog light, which again, I think looks amazing. Moving across, we've got the Maxton Design front splitter. Got the Maxton Design front splitter. Obviously the short gel plates, which I just think look better. We've got the gel updated, better looking Kia badge, and then you can't exactly miss it anymore. We've got the front stripes on the bonnet, which I just think look amazing. And there's his little friend there in the windscreen. Again, same thing this side. Fog lights, eyebrows, splitter. Moving around. Got the standard wheels, which I don't really like. They're a bit flowery for me, if you like. Red brakes, which come as standard. I'm looking at potentially painting them yellow at some point when I get round to it. And then obviously we've got the Pilot Sport 5 tyres, which are very expensive, which I don't actually rate, to be honest. I prefer the PS4s and the Contis. Coming down here, we've got the Rally Flaps mud flaps, which I think look quite good as well. Instagram sticker if you want to follow me on Instagram. Coming to the rear, got the black stripes on the rear as well. Got the black stripes on the rear, on the boot, and then it's all gone a bit wrong here, to be honest. I need to do that. Obviously the Instagram and the Owners Club stickers, which need redoing. Moving up, we've got the Maxton Design spoiler extended thing, whatever you want to call it. And then we move down to the back. This exhaust system is the, who the bloody hell is it now? It's the Zorstworks back box delete and the center res delete. So it's basically a catback exhaust. And you probably won't notice, if we come down here, it has got a tow bar fitted. Obviously that was necessary to tow the Swift back. Obviously we can't tow anything without a tow bar, so. And then we've come to the brakes as well. Obviously drilled and grooved brakes. Just normal pads I think they are, but we've got the uprated discs. Again, that's the same at the front. Drilled and grooved discs with, I think, the Pagid pads, which for a daily driver you can't complain, can you? Let's have a look in the boot. Not much to see in here. It's an absolute mess at the minute. Obviously, I'm sure you can appreciate it's a daily driver. Not much seen there. So if we move on to inside, before we do, obviously, Team Echo wind deflectors, which all my cars have. Again, it's an absolute state in here. Again, it's a daily driver. I don't get a chance to clean it that often. First thing you notice, the new steering wheel from Control Custom Steering Wheels down in Newton Abbot, which looks unbelievable. Got the silver aluminium pedals with the GT mats, which when it's clean, it does look very good, to be fair. We've got the Recaro bucket seats, which you can see a little bit better there. Does have a GT badge on it as well. Just move my bag, there it is. Obviously this one's got a car cover on, keep the seat clean. It's got the adjustment on the back bit there, so it plays about with your back, so you can get it in the right setting. And like I was saying earlier, these seats are heated as well. Where is it? There it is. So heated seats, heated steering wheel, which is unbelievable in the winter. Have a quick look in the back. Nothing special, nothing really much to see. Just some back seats really, I suppose. But it's a nice place to be, I suppose. So if we start it up now that we're inside, get rid of the radio. So if we start down here, we've got the dual zone climate control, which again, it's nothing really too special, but it does the job, it works, there's no problems with it, and it's a fair quality build as well. Moving above, we've got the heated seats, traction control, door lock, simple stuff. Again, moving up that, we've got the sat nav, which to be honest is absolutely useless. I just use it on my phone, but it does have sat nav, it's Bluetooth. Obviously it's got radio, which I don't really use, I just connect my Bluetooth like I've said. But like I say, everything inside is a quality build, it's nice material, it's levels above the Swift. The Swift is just, obviously it's a budget car. It were never going to be, you know, nice quality build, because you have to keep the price down. So it's just everything you touch is nice quality. These aren't many cheap plastics, it's all soft squidgy plastics everywhere. Even the steering wheel's nice quality. It did come perforated leather before, but obviously it's a 7-8 year old car now. It was worn, so I have had that done. On the steering wheel itself we have the GT button, which if we look here flicks between normal mode and GT mode. What it actually does in GT mode is it sharpens us the throttle response. So obviously when you press the throttle it's more, what's the word, it's more quicker, it's more responsive than it is in just normal eco mode. And what I've noticed as well, when you give it a few revs in GT mode, it does every now and again pop and bang, which it's not doing at the minute. Typical. So I think the last thing to do is have a look underneath the bonnet. Bonnet releases on the driver's side on this one. As you can see, again, it's absolutely filthy. So what we've got here is the AirTech intake, or the induction kit, whatever you want to call it. This, if you're wondering on the battery, is actually a tracker that I use. So yeah, again, nothing special apart from an intake. And the other final thing which you might have noticed is this, the AirTech intercooler, which, to be honest, I just got it because it looks cool. Yeah, that's the main reason I bought it, to be honest. So we've had a good look round it. Shall we go drive it? See how it drives? So you join me inside the Kia. We will do a little POV video in a second, but I just wanted to talk about why would anyone actually buy one of these. The reason I bought one is I was sick of seeing Golfs, S3s, Cupras, what else is there? Things like that, everything common that you see on the road. There's nothing different. Now, since I've had this car, I have seen quite a few GT lines, but I can't say I've seen many GTs in general, and I certainly haven't seen any GTs in yellow. So obviously it's a very rare colour. It's a very rare colour. It's quite a rare car anyway, and it's something different. I can make it my own, and it does get a hell of a lot of attention as well, to be honest, which is both a good thing and a bad thing, whichever way you look at it. Now, like I said in the Swift video, I'm quite lucky with where I live. I'm surrounded by B roads and country lanes, literally on my doorstep. They're everywhere around here. But yeah, you can certainly hear that exhaust. Get the window up for a bit of wind noise. Yeah, you can certainly hear the exhaust. So it goes as well as it looks, I like to think. If you don't know anything about these sort of cars, the Kia Proceed GTs of this year, they are 201 brake horsepower with, I'm not actually entirely sure on the newton meters of torque. I think it's about 250, 260 newton meters, but I could be wrong. Let me know down below. But yeah, it's definitely a fun car, a different car that you don't tend to see on the road, especially in yellow. So I think what we'll do now, we will spin it round spin it round in this gap here, and we will switch to some point of view video, I think. Yeah, a few revs. You can definitely hear it. Let's go to POV. Obviously the speed limit on here is 60, so we'll do his best not to break the speed limit. Which is very easily done in this car. Now for 200 brake, because obviously it's not mapped yet. It is stage 2 ready, but it is not mapped yet. It's not too bad power wise. I think it's quite good. These are probably going to stare at me thinking, why has he got his phone on his head? Yeah, she certainly moves for 200 brake. But what is quite good, it is a daily driver, so I don't want ridiculous amounts of power. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. Obviously it's nice to have a little bit more power, but it's not essential for a daily. Compared to the Swift, because I am doing this back to back, I've just been out in the Swift. However, it is the day after the video from when I filmed the Swift, if that makes sense. So compared to the Swift, the steering, the weight of the steering is probably about the same. You do feel more inclined with a road in the Swift. So it's maybe a slightly bit heavier than this, but again, it's a cheaper car in the Swift. The suspension is absolutely a dream in this. It is very good in this. One thing that is not very good in this car is, I don't know if you can see down there, the fuel economy. It is absolutely atrocious on fuel. Now obviously as a daily driver, which is what this is, most people would like a daily that is quite good on fuel. This is not at all that. It is absolutely atrocious on fuel. If you drive it sensibly, you'll be lucky to achieve 30, 32, 34 if you drive it sensibly. We'll go right, I think. Now, every now and again, I do tend to get carried away, as you can see. which is very easily done in this car, and then that extremely hurts your fuel economy. But with a noise like what you're hearing out of the back, it's hard not to do that. So I'm sure by now you get the picture of the car, what it is, what it's about. It can be an absolute animal when you're pushing it, which is quite good, because I do want that in my daily. I do want to have a bit of fun. The things I'm looking for in a daily driving car is it has to look good, which I think this does very well, which the mods I've done to it does definitely help. So yeah, the good looking box is ticked. The fun box is definitely ticked. Your daily driver has to be fun, or in my opinion it does anyway, because no one wants a boring daily car. He's got to make you feel some emotion, and it has to be fun. I think it has to sound quite good. Which I think that box is ticked as well. Definitely sounds good. And the third thing which I look for in a daily driver is it has to be good on fuel, which this is definitely not that. It is 100% definitely not good on fuel. So I've been driving fairly quick and aggressively today, and I've averaged 24.1 miles to the gallon, which is since I refueled, which it's not great. I've had it before when I come out of the fuel station and I floor it, I put my foot down and I get 6.1 miles to the gallon, which again, it's not what you want. It's not good. However, you do have to give one of them things up in a daily. There isn't many cars that ticks every single option for this price range. I'm sure there's cars out there that definitely do tick every single box for everyone, but for the price range that this car has, I don't think there's many competitors out there with this. Now, for you guys that don't really know, for a car like this, a standard one straight out the box with similar mileage, this has done 54,000 miles now. With similar mileage, you will be looking roughly between £8,000 and £12,000, obviously depending on service history in the year and certain things like that. Now, I paid for this one a year ago. I paid £12,000 for this a year ago, bog standard, straight out the box, and I think it had done 49,000 or 48,000 miles. But at that point in time, there was no yellow ones for sale at all, and I did want a yellow one. I wasn't getting any other colour apart from yellow. I think it took me about 6 months in the end to find this car. So yeah, I did definitely pay a premium. So I think that's going to be the end of the video. If you guys did like this sort of video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff below. And I'll catch you very soon